thank you so much for joining us up for What's Up at the Y. Caitlin and I, excuse me, are very excited to kick things off with you for the community given portion of our annual campaign. As many of you know who have been here for several years, this is our chance to come together as a team to raise really critical dollars to fund our impact and to ensure access to our wide range of critical programming. And so this year's theme for our community giving is transforming lives, strengthening communities. And this is what each of you all do every single day as we work alongside you at the YMCA. Just a quick, we've had a couple staffing additions to our team, which is great. This is as we continue to build structure and foundation around fundraising and for the annual campaign to support all of you in our shared effort. So I'm Melissa Garver, Chief Development Officer. Samantha Stewart recently joined us as leading all of our grants and relationships, and we're so thrilled to have her on the development team. Kaylin, who will join me today as our annual campaign director, kicking off the campaign. Evan Malley, who recently joined us in the fall, our Director of Donor Relations, and then Jacob Miller, our Development Operations Manager, who joins us again next week. He's been out on paternity leave, so excited for him and excited to have him back as well. And then advancement represents marketing communications as well. So as you can imagine, marketing communications team produces a lot of content for our annual campaign. That's Kisha Swift, Connor Carrick, Amber Scott, and Anna Rodriguez, all producing a lot of resources and what you're going to see today for our toolkits, thank you notes, as we really build relationships with our family of donors and articulate the impact that they have for the YMCA and the 5 generations that we serve every day. So starting off, we just want to start off with these smiles, and these are, you know, the joy, the sense of community. This is what you all do every single day as team members here at the Y. And this is why for philanthropy, it's these stories and these moments that inspire our family of donors to create more of these moments. So just want to start out with this is the foundation of the Y's mission, our vision to build strong communities for all people to reach their full potential, and our shared work to raise dollars in philanthropy continues to elevate our work and ensure access and more service across all of our areas of healthy living, youth development, and social responsibility. A quick just impact update. So that way you can say for our own personal gifts, there's all of our team members were extremely generous during the staff giving of the annual campaign. And then also for our family of donors, as we talk about the impact that is being made in youth development. And the YMCA, we're experts in youth development. So it's such a pleasure to work alongside all of you and articulating the impact that this has for, from infants to teens in our community. So you can see some of those highlights there around 7,000 children being safe in water, 1,500 children served in day camp last year. Last year, 44,000 youth were served by the YMCA, and just highlights how we truly are the experts in youth development. And then healthy living, as we serve 5 generations every day around community health. Last year, 114,000 members visited our 13 community centers, and 44,000 plus older adults, active older adults, found community and social connections across our community center network. Social responsibility as we think about social and human services for our vulnerable. The YMCA provides a significant amount of assistance for produce giveaways and meals throughout all of our programming, as well as 4,000 people served at Van Buren. And last year, over 2,000 people found stable housing thanks to our programming in rapid rehousing, permanent supportive housing, and stable families. And so this is just a quick reflection of why the annual campaign and the fundraising and our shared effort around it is so important, because these numbers of how we're serving people is a direct result of the annual campaign. And so today I'm going to turn it over to Kaylin. Kaylin is our annual campaign director, and so is someone that you will be working closely with over the next few months. And I'm really excited to have her as a leader on our team to work across our association. And when we talk about the culture of philanthropy, the annual campaign is a great example of that. So Kaylin, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. So today we are here to discuss the annual campaign goals and objectives, how we are identifying volunteer campaigners, and as well as a fundraiser toolkit that we will be providing them and you to ensure success in this community giving phase. So first, I wanted to start with a really quick knowledge check. So show of hands, is this anybody's first annual campaign? Okay, great, seeing a few hands. So I was just hoping that if anybody else who has been here for a while can answer any of these questions. So what is the annual campaign? Who does it help? Why does it matter? How does it work? And my favorite question, who is responsible for fundraising? Anybody just come off mute, shout it out. I'm gonna start calling on people.
Everyone.
Everyone. Why do we do an annual campaign? Who does it benefit?
It benefits the kids, the families who need the extra help, and us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So each year, the YMCA of Central Ohio conducts an annual campaign to help achieve our vision of strong communities where all people reach their full potential. We're committed to ensuring that anyone who seeks access to our transformative programs and community impact services can participate regardless of their financial situation. We've been doing this for decades. We've upheld this promise to never turn anyone away due to the inability to pay the regular rates for these activities. And this commitment is made possible through the generous charitable support of our members, our staff, and the wider community. At the Y, we promote what's known as this culture of philanthropy, where we all play a part in the annual campaign, not just through asking for gifts and asking for donations, but also through building relationships. We should all know that fundraising is a part of what we do as a nonprofit, and we are uniquely positioned to support the community in a different way than being just a gym. We don't see people as dollar signs. We see them as individuals with a connection to our work, and we focus on understanding their interests and values, no matter if they're coming to us through community strengthening programs or youth in childcare, early learning, preschool, housing and shelter, and of course, our community centers. Everybody who we see every day, we develop a connection with, and we value their presence. I will turn it back to Melissa to review our annual campaign goals and objectives with these little things in mind.
Thanks, Kaylin. So as she alluded to, like the heart of what we do, and it's really whether it's in our service delivery or in our philanthropy, is building relationships. That is what is key to our community. And Kaylin and I have had the honor the last few months to go around to each of our program sites and community centers and meeting with their branch advisory councils to talk about this more. And it's been great just to hear more from our leaders across our 5-county region and 13 community centers. We are also going to be looking at, as we strengthen philanthropy here at the YMCA, is a donor communications to articulate that story of impact, how it's impacting the 5 generations, whether an infant, a child and early education, and all the way to stable housing and community health. So really articulating those stories of those one-on-one interactions when we have with people in our service programming to really lift that up to our family of donors so they can be a part of like those photos, right, that capture the joy and community that exists here at the YMCA. And then continued donor engagement and recruitment as we think about program participants. So this will be both Camp Wilson and in some childcare. So we'll be working with those teams to enhance engagement in those areas. And then really related to the annual campaign is this kind of peer-to-peer. It really is like, hey, as we lock arms and have this, true sense of urgency to help each other, this annual campaign is so important. Looking at numbers, because we also love data across the Y. Last year's goal was 1.35 million. We ended a little over 1.2 million. That was higher than the previous year, but we did not reach that stretch goal that we were aiming to. And so really, as you're going to see here today, Kaylin and the team continuing to put together additional resources to be supportive of all of you in those engagement efforts, recognizing, right, there's this is one portion of your role and one piece, but you have a lot of other pieces where you are leading. And so we aim to build tools and resources that you're going to hear more about today to support you in that engagement with donors. So year to date, the great news is we're already at over 400,000 for our annual campaign. And that is also, as you're going to hear about, thanks to board giving and staff giving. And this is truly a collective effort. So I greatly appreciate all of you joining us today to learn more about what we're launching this year.
So our annual campaign, like Melissa said, starts off with staff giving. So first, I wanted to start off with a huge amount of gratitude. So thank you so much for everybody who was a champion, who gave to the annual campaign. So with the help of all of our staff giving champions, excuse me, over 500 staff, that's about a third of our workforce, gave to the annual campaign for combined support of $150,000. That is incredible. Please give yourself a round of applause. We also invited our association and advisory board members to join in with their support. As part of the campaign is for all volunteer board members to make a personally significant contribution. So far, we are at 40% and hope to get to 100% giving amongst these group of people, these volunteer board members, by the end of the month. We will be entering into the community giving portion next, which we'll dive into a little bit deeper on the next slide. But I also wanted to call your attention to these camp giving and back to school giving appeals that Melissa alluded to as being two of our targeted audiences. And then also we will be wrapping up in end of year giving. In previous years, you might have noticed that we were holding our live bunts, which is called last year, but not this year. And those are people who gave in 2023. In 2024, at the end of the year, we sent all of them letters if they hadn't given yet. This year, so that we can make sure that we are continuing to provide intentional touch points with our family of donors and that it doesn't go too long, sometimes over a year. We'll be sending out these quarterly renewal letters. And so these will serve as just gentle reminders, letting people know that they gave around this time in the previous year and letting them know the impact of their gift and that we would love it if they would join us again in giving to the annual campaign. And then, like Melissa mentioned, with our increased donor communications, we'll be peppering in some social media features, more stewardship initiatives, donor engagement emails, direct mail pieces as well. And then, of course, this overarching year-round cultivating relationships and securing major gifts. Each month, I meet with the executive directors of each community center, and we review their list of major gift donors and just make sure that we are inviting them to different events that are going on in the community, as well as communicating the impact and stewarding them and letting them know that they mean a lot to us, and we hope that we mean a lot to them. Diving in more to the community campaign timeline. So we kicked off our community campaign on March 11th. And what this really was is our website went live. So in a few slides, I'll show you what our website looks like now and the tools and resources that we've released. But this first month is really all about building momentum. And so we will be focusing for this first month on recruiting campaigners or volunteers, because what really makes a peer-to-peer campaign work are these volunteer campaigners who are making a page and sharing the story with their community. So we have a goal to set about 50 volunteers across the entire association by March 31st. Moving forward, we aim to be at 48% of our overall goal by April 28th and 75% of our overall goal by May 25th. We've set these dates because, or these percentages, because this is where we've been as an association in the past. It may seem a little bit aggressive to a few folks, but I assure you that this is attainable as an association and as well amongst many community centers. 2 action forcing events that'll help us meet these goals take place during this community phase, and that's Healthy Kids Day on April 26th and Day of Giving on May 20th. This year for Day of Giving, we are looking to secure a match sponsor. Our goal on Day of Giving is to raise $10,000, which we achieved last year. We'll be doing that again this year, but we'll, with the $10,000 of match dollars, we'll hopefully be raising $20,000 on that day. So who makes a good volunteer campaigner? Like I said, the annual campaign is made possible by hundreds of community volunteers and Y staff joining together in an effort to tell their Y story to everyone in their networks, be it their friends, corporate leaders, family, and colleagues. The campaign is as much about friend raising or communicating the YMCA of Central Ohio's impact on our communities as it is about raising funds. Good volunteer campaigners are involved with the Y in multiple ways. They love the Y and the community and are friendly and engaging. These can be board members or other volunteers, top scanners and program participants, so people who visit the community center more than twice a week, or people who are signing up for program after program or multiple programs within the same session. People who have awarded community centers with a high net promoter score, like these 9s and 10s, or people who have left really positive comments, take this as an opportunity to reach out to them and say, hey, thank you so much for leaving that review of us. We are really grateful that you hold us in such high regard. And I really hope that you can join us on this annual campaign and share your story with other people to gather larger support for the YMCA of Central Ohio. Additional major donors who wish to amplify their impact and get involved in a different sort of way. Long-time involved parents of kids in childcare, swim teams, and summer day camp. And of course, all of you. Are there any other groups of people who you think could fit into this? All right. So we will be providing everybody with campaign collateral. So like last year, we have these cases for support as well as these impact data sheets. So this is a picture of the impact data sheet. We also have a similar looking impact data sheet for staff and for board members to recruit volunteers. So the only thing different about these impact data sheets is they are blue in color, and the language underneath the QR code here says become a campaigner. We also have on order those paper brochures and pledge forms, as well as updating TV and matrix machine slides in the community centers. We will also be providing everybody with a new giving thermometer and new thank you postcards with a image of a girl like jumping out of the water with that excitement and this big smile that says thank you. And then there's a space on the back for executive directors and program directors to write thank you notes for. I've also put together an internal staff board addendum to help you recruit volunteer campaigners. And then we will be reusing the What's Your Why banner with stickers and the step and repeat banner. That was that photo op backdrop opportunity that made its way around the community centers as well. Now, my favorite part is the fundraiser toolkit. So this has been updated on our website, and I will show you what that looks like. Did my screen switch over? Yes, it did. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that worked. So this is our ymcacolumbus.org/give page. So as you can see, we've got our campaign slogan of transforming lives and strengthening communities, along with a donate button. If you scroll down a little farther, there's another donate button. But if you keep going, it says become a campaigner. And so our volunteer campaigners can just go on our website and click this button here, and they'll be able to download the 16-page toolkit, as well as additional documents like our case for support, the impact data sheets, a document for suggested giving amounts that calculates the impact that a gift makes, as well as a social media toolkit with videos, quotes from our Listen 360s, and photos. So with all of these, we really hope that this is a turnkey resource that makes everybody feel prepared and ready to go out and fundraise for us. Now let's go and look at GiveButter. GiveButter is our new fundraising platform, and a lot of you have already gotten on it. So as you can see, our goal bar is updated to what it is. There was a small gift that came through just before, and I haven't had a chance to upload it into GiveButter yet. But you can see the team leaderboard where all of the teams are visible together, as well as all of the team members who have made a page so far. We have our story with our regional impact numbers. And again, this suggested giving amount. As you can see on the side here, whenever somebody makes a gift, they can add a comment, a GIF, or a drawing, and that keeps everybody engaged together. So twice a week, I will be posting different regional impact scores or regional impact numbers. So I will say, this is the impact that the Delaware Community Center YMCA had in 2024. Thank you so much for your gift. And I really hope to see everybody at Delaware hop on and make a comment or love that post and share it on their networks, and just really create the sense of community between all of our different program areas, that we are all fundraising for one stronger Central Ohio. It's really easy to go on and create your page. You can add your own story. And through GiveButter, it's really easy to share and manage it. So with the click of a button, you can share your page to Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, or send an email. You can also invite donors directly here by typing in their first name, email address, or phone number. And it lets you know if you've received a donation for them or if you're awaiting it. And it'll also send 3 reminders automatically. And then you can see who's already supported your page and edit it if you ever want to change your fundraising goal or update your story. Whenever a fundraiser is on your page, they can easily click the donate button and your page will be pre-selected. They'll select their giving amount, which they can fulfill monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Add that public message. And then we have a variety of payment methods that we are offering this year. So the standard card and ACH, but they can also pay through Venmo or PayPal. They can also mail a check. If they mail a check, we provide the instructions that the check should be made payable to the YMCA of Central Ohio and then mailed to the Leonard Avenue offices. That way, whenever I get the notification that somebody has given online and they intend to pay by check, I can let everybody know that we are on the lookout for a check coming in the next coming weeks. Are there any questions so far on GiveButter? I know that we only have 5 minutes left, so I just wanted to take a moment and pause here because I feel like this will have the most questions. Awesome. Super excited. Let's get back to the PowerPoint. All right. So in that fundraiser toolkit, there's this general information about what the annual campaign is, who we're fundraising for, quick tips and worksheets to help people build their own story and make a meaningful ask, as well as detailed instructions on how to set up their GiveButter page, and then frequently asked questions. For our volunteer campaigners who have so graciously agreed to help share their stories and raise funds for the YMCA, we want to make sure that we are continually engaging them with weekly progress updates, public recognition, and gratitude. So part of this gratitude, we've provided everybody with these really cute 4 community tote bags. So anybody who creates a fundraising page can get one of these tote bags so that they can carry around their fundraising and campaigner materials in. If you approach a campaigner and they say no, that they don't want to help us fundraise, don't take it personally. It's an opportunity to develop a stronger connection. Maybe they're just not comfortable sharing their story with the wider audience yet, but it is an opportunity to ask for a donation. So thank them for being so involved with the YMCA and allowing you to talk to them today about becoming a campaigner, but ask them if they would consider making a gift to the YMCA. The power of these volunteer campaigners is amazing. So if you have a goal to get 10 volunteer campaigners, and each of those 10 volunteer campaigners has a goal to raise $500 each, and they raise that $500 from just 10 $50 gifts, that's $5,000 that you didn't have to raise yourself. We also want to use this as an opportunity for you to gather and send us your stories. So the marketing and communication team sends out tons of messages with different impact stories. And so these stories help us build brand recognition, connect us to human emotion, and move people to act. So I know that you see the impact that the YMCA has on our community every single day, and we need to know about that. So please, you can scan this QR code, or you can go on the YTranet underneath the Marcom tab and fill out the story form as well. Does anybody have any questions? This PowerPoint, the PowerPoint in this presentation will be sent out as an email, as well as all of the toolkit attachments, so that you all can easily go out and create the fundraising pages for yourself, as well as ask people to become volunteer campaigners. Executive directors have access to everything on our annual campaign toolkits and resources drive. So everything is out there and available to be used. Melissa, was there anything that you wanted to add? Doesn't sound like we have any questions.
We just want to say thank you so much. I think Tony's chiming in to say, which is great. This is a total team effort, and as we engage all of the whether members, people in the community, program participants, it has been a joy this past year hearing about why people love the YMCA. And so, that's really the heart of where this is coming from, and you all make it happen. And so there are so many people who are inspired by the Y, want to help make a difference. And you all are a key part of those connections every day and for the annual campaign. So thank you for committing your time and your involvement as part of this, because this requires all of us across the organization. So just very grateful for your partnership on the annual campaign.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a marvelous Thursday. Enjoy the beautiful weather this weekend. And thank you for joining us on the annual campaign. I hope to see you make a fundraising page.
Thank you.